Good evening, folks. Thank you for joining me on yet another one of our tracking escapades. Um, Made some good progress. I think we've got more tracked than not tracked. So hopefully we'll be getting near finishing this thing, which would be nice. Then we got to error check it and, do all the other boring stuff. So let's do some boring stuff now. What do you know? Actually got it to work. Yay. So how's everyone doing this evening, today, this morning, whatever hour it may be in your jurisdiction? Hope you've had more fun than me, because I've been tracking this board. So yeah, Toyota Prius Gen 3 logic board. Made some changes to the circuit design since would have last seen it, possibly. We've changed how we do our IGBT drivers. We've changed to using transistors, discrete NPN transistors here instead of the buffer chips that I was using, because there was no real point. They weren't going to benefit me. I was inverting a signal to then re-invert it, when a simple NPN transistor and a base resistor would do the same thing for me. So we have changed to that, and in the meantime I've been just tracking away. I do drink quite a lot of tea. Actually got myself some, what's the name of it, Yorkshire tea from Amazon there recently. Figured I'd better stock up before Brexit, but it's pretty strong stuff. Evening, everyone. Now, where was I? We have this one done, I think. No, I don't. Oh, crap. So we've got to do the cruise control. 148, 147, and 96. MG2 cruise control. Here's our next one. 148, 147. What did I say it was again? 96. How's everyone this evening? 96? Did I say 96? Yes, I did say 96. 148, 96. Hope you guys are going to enjoy coming along with me for some PCB tracking again. It's about the most exciting thing that I've had going on in my life in the past week. Probably tells about the kind of non-fun packed life that I lead. But I have a suspicion that's going to change once I get the Panzer back. If I ever get the Panzer back at the rate the paint shop's going. I guess that's kind of to be expected. Paint shops being what they are. Maybe it's as well. Okay, so here we go. This is our filter for the MG2 cruise control input. Exciting, eh? I am indeed, Jamie. I'm using two Hubner's. This is I've decided to call it Hubner Synergy Drive because we have two of them, as opposed to Hybrid Synergy Drive. Yeah, here's two of them on here, and there's a micro on here to run the boost converter and the DC-DC converter. So this is a pretty crazy board, but I'm actually kind of enjoying it, laying the thing out. That's not that difficult. Thing with these inverters is once you kind of know what to look for, the first one's a pain, you know. But once you kind of know what to look for, it's just variations on a theme. They all boil down to much the same thing. You know, they're just driving a IGBT driver of some sort, and you know, taking in current sensors, temperature sensors, all that kind of thing. But some of them do it in particularly weird ways. Could I have got MG1 and 2 in sync? I don't think so. I think the degree of accuracy that you would need would be definitely outside of my ability. Not to say it couldn't be done. Well, what the heck's this? Cruising. Oh, yes, I did. Now I remember this. I'm using a single cruise control input. Yes, I remember now. Now it's coming back to me. Because I was actually, believe it or not, short of pins. Even with this big connector here, I actually ended up short of pins. Because all the pins here ended up getting, well, they are used for the resolver. Now this board also has the ability to run, what do I call it? This board has the ability to run just ordinary induction motors as well with an encoder if it's so needed. Now this is gonna suck. This part here is going to really suck, because we have to come out of this guy here. Plop. There we go. I'm going to get you there. And we might actually make this. No, you're not off topic. I mean, we just treat this as a bit of a Q&A session. I know people aren't going to be too excited about me tracking a PCB, so you can ask away any questions you might like. So, is it expensive to get a metal shop to make an adapter plate? I guess it depends. Like, it's kind of one of these things I'm going to give a non-answer, or I should say a politician's answer. It depends on the metal shop, also depends on the material that you want to get a plate made from. To give it personal experience I have is that my drive shaft guy has done a few plates for me now, and he usually charges me, I think it's about either 250 or 300 euros to do an adapter plate and coupler. I kind of, most of the time now, I tend to just let him do it unless I'm really tight for money, or I want to demonstrate, you know, how to do it or something like that. So what else were you asking me there? Is it hard to find a coupler? Again, it depends on the motor. You know, if you're lucky enough to have something like a plain tapered shaft, then no, we can just, you know, buy them from a catalog or something. But ideally, you want to get whatever weird spline that you're trying to you're trying to adapt, you know, get it out of a gearbox or get it from a clutch disc or something like that. I mean, I'm actually looking at some of that stuff with the Nissan Leaf motor now that I obtained there. I wasn't going to give the guy $500 for the gearbox because that seemed a bit stupid. Yes, I think we might actually survive this one after all. It's quite tight in here right now. We'll probably pick up some design rule errors along the way. We'll need to move some of these components around. But hey, that's all the fun of the fair, isn't it? So what else have we got? Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, I ended up doing, I think I actually did that plate myself. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's possible to do it. I mean, the thing about the €1,000 build is that, you know, I think, you know, people got a bit, you know, people got this idea that, you know, all they'd have to do would be to just immediately jump on eBay and find all the bits that they'd need instantly. But the fact is that you kind of need to, you kind of nearly need to be looking for the bits when you're not looking for them, if that makes any sense. You know, even there recently, I mean, you can pick up like the next one of these that I'm going to do. Oh, what have I just, no, plop. The next one of these that I'm going to do is going to be the Lexus IS 300. And that inverter is a much more powerful than the Prius one. Also runs, the DC-DC converter also runs at a higher voltage, so that will be useful. But you can get those inverters on eBay for about, you know, it's about 150 to 200 euros. Ask away. No such thing as a stupid question. But the thing is, they're also on eBay there for anything up to a grand. And, you know, if you want to go spend that, you know, by all means do, but I don't recommend it. But you've nearly got to be looking for it when, you know, when you're kind of not looking for it, if that makes any sense. What have I just done? I've been idiotic. Oh, this is the DC bus, of course. That's why it's there. Okay, that makes sense. This is MG1. Well, this is actually DC bus 1 is the boosted voltage. So this is kind of the voltage that's applied to the IGBTs. So this one we want to measure now. Yeah, and that gets measured by, I think, yeah, MG1. Yeah, the MG1 controller measures that guy. If I use a brushless motor, it has to be AC. Yes. Do I need an inverter to power a controller? Should the controller transfer from DC to AC? Well, an inverter by its very nature, which is what this board is kind of going to control, an inverter by its very nature takes in DC and basically generates three-phase AC power from it. So it should be all in one. Like, there's no need to be having separate parts. I do have a bit of a rat's nest, Andy, but it's nothing compared to what it was a day or two ago. This thing was just depressing to look at. Seriously, it's been a while since I've done a board this intricate, and believe it or not, the last board that I did that was this intricate, they wouldn't let me make it a 4-layer board, so at least this is a 4-layer. So managed to have some power planes on here. What am I doing? Oh yeah, this is me being stupid. I keep getting these resistors in the wrong order, and then I have to go back and fix them. There we go. Yay. Okay, let's bring him home. Here we go. So yeah, basically Inverter does all the work for you. Hope that answers the question. I'm not much good at multitasking, and I'm trying to multitask here in the shape of answering questions and also laying tracks in a way that doesn't screw me up in some alternate fashion. And I usually don't do this stuff at this hour of the day, but I figured I owed you guys a live stream, and I said to myself, how will I bore them to death tonight? And I thought, oh yeah, hang on, there is a real idea. Let's give them another blast of PCB tracking. That's sure to get rid of anyone that had even the slightest interest in what I'm doing here. So yeah, hopefully that'll be a success. Is this DC bus 2 I'm looking at? No, that's not DC bus 2. Where's DC bus 2? DC bus 2, here it is, R135. So 135, 140, and 89. Oh, here they are. They're all chilling out. Anyone see the SpaceX Dragon docking today? Or is it just me that's that sad that wants to watch space stuff again? I have to say, I like that stuff. 135, 140, and 89. That means you are the odd man out. Yeah, yay! Someone else did watch it. Yeah, I was half expecting Ripley to just kind of wake up and start beating the tar out of some of the guys when they got into it. But then again, I do watch too much sci-fi. Oh yeah, it's just, it's not just me, okay. Woohoo. Now, this is me screwing up the resistor order again, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah, and of course I was then picturing we'd have this view, you know, when you had the view from inside the space station that, you know, they'd say, close the goddamn hatch! You know. Yeah, but yeah, too many sci-fi films. Alright, this is DC Bus 2. Hello, DC Bus 2. You're going to have to come over here now, aren't you? Because DC Bus 1 is hiding there on me. Oh yeah, well, that's true. Artificial intelligence. And that scares Elon, doesn't it? So if it scares Elon, damn well scares me, let me tell you that. Alright, there's loads of room. You can go way over here. You can chill out there for me. That's the ticket. And that's just so long as my Hubner Synergy drive doesn't become self-aware. Yeah, but that's the thing about it. That's the thing, Andy. I just, you know, that point you make about the dragon. Someone on Twitter yesterday, I thought, summed the thing up when they said that, you know, this is the first time that we've had a spacecraft that actually looked like a spacecraft rather than the inside of a 1990s PC. I think, yeah, I mean, it kind of does. I was just watching the live stream today, just staring at this thing, thinking, you know, that's the last time that I saw anything that looked like that was in 2001, A Space Odyssey, the film, not 2001, the year. So yeah, it's, you know, it's, oh, that can be a slimmer track. Let's go signal in. But yeah, you know, it's kind of a proper spaceship. But no, it doesn't look like a 1970s sci-fi film, though. Looks like a 1990s sci-fi film, just not the inside of a 1990s PC. So I'll take that as a win. I'm babbling because I'm tired and I'm distracted. But hey, this is what you sign up for when you watch an EV BMW live stream. Now we got to change that track as well. Thank you. Now look at this. Anyone would swear I knew what I was doing. Yeah, no, RS didn't get that order. And they get mine though. I get my orders. Too many of them. Then I have to pay them. That's a real pain. Rather they just donated the stuff to me. You know, maybe when I get to 1 million viewers, I get, you know, some, you know, or some Farnell and that will want to donate stuff to me so that all of my gazillions of viewers will then want to buy from them too. One thing I did do, don't know if any of you guys follow Electro Boom, but he does this advertisement for the the Keysight Wave, where you can kind of register to win stuff. I normally don't do that, but I thought, what the hell? So yeah, I did actually registered for the Keysight Wave. So we'll see if I win some of their fancy test gear. I'd say that, you know, 2 hopes of that, and one of them's Bob Hope, but you know, it's still worth a shot. So, okay, there's my 2 DC bus measurements. Wonder could I bring one of them home just for the hell of it. It's this one here. No, it's not. It's this one here, you muppet. Yeah, there it goes. Look at that. I could bring him home, but I don't think I will at the minute. Oh. Okay. Alright, forget I mentioned Electro Boom then. Am I using the buck boost to boost the battery voltage like the Prius, or can a high voltage battery pack being used? It can do both. And the missus can't believe I'm watching a bloke draw lines on the screen. Well, yeah, I know. I can't believe I'm drawing lines on the screen either, in some completely idiotic attempt to entertain people. Yeah, we got a bit of a rain today, but I wasn't paying much attention to it. I was tracking. That said, 2 of the 3 pumps in my anti-flooding system did have to start up to stop the back of the garden flooding. So they were pumping 600 litres a minute at one for about probably about 2.5 hours or so. So yeah, fortunately pump 3 didn't have to start, so I'll count myself lucky. Now, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we were doing these analog inputs. So R21 and R30, where are you gone? Here it is. There's R21 and R30, and naturally I have them backwards. So you go up there, you go over here. And what was the cap? C26. Joyous. I don't know what C17 is doing. I gotta find out what that's about. Let's cross probe. Come back. Oh, C17 should be at LD1. Not very good having it sitting there, Damien. You are a muppet. Where's LD1? Oh, that is LD1. So I'm not a complete muppet. Let's squeeze him in somewhere like that, where I won't have to worry about. Yeah. No snow here so far. Not to say there's not going to be. I really hope there's not, because, well, I mean, that being said, that's kind of why I try to do work like this during the winter, so that that's ground, isn't it? And that's ground as well. I try to do work like this during the winter, so that that I'm not out and about in it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the drift project. Yeah, that's coming along. I actually managed, unfortunately, to melt down the inverter because Genius here decided he didn't need any liquid cooling. And unfortunately, the laws of, I don't know, thermodynamics had something to say about it, and I managed to pop one of the IGBTs. Sadly, that didn't make it onto video, or you guys would have been able to see that. Now, what did I do? Oh yeah, this is me here. So I'm going to grab these 3 little party animals and bring them up here. Yeah, oh well, yeah. So, that's ground, yes, that's MG1XL. Okay, this is MG1XL. So you are going to have to go down there because we don't have space. Otherwise, won't have space. Otherwise, end on via. Actually, I have a really, as the Americans would say, janky cooling setup planned for it. Basically, what I'm going to do is the other way the hydrogen cars you kind of always hear, oh, you know, the only exhaust is water. Well, I've decided that my car needs to have a water exhaust also. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang a tank out of the roof in the back and have a hose come down with a tap on it into the inverter, into the motor, and then that's going to get dumped out the back end. So we're going to have a kind of a water exhaust drift car thing. Good point about synchronizing between the two, Andy, but what we got is over here on old Con 11. This is where we bring the CAN buses for the 2 inverters together, and this gives us the choice to link the CAN buses to get together so that the micros can communicate. Because we are actually, believe it or not, even with these STM32s, we've actually maxed out all of the I/O on them. There's virtually no unused pins, which is bad for me when I have to track the damn board, but hey, let's not think about those things. Now, this is me, MG1XL. Excuse me. Now we gotta move you, because you're been a muppet. You're been a muppet. There we are. That's better. MG1XL. This is MG1XL. What are we thinking, guys? How do I get from here to here and cross the least tracks? Yeah, everyone's asking me how much current I think the Prius can handle. Now, my answer to that to date has been I don't know. What I do know is that the MG2 current sensors run from 0 to 600 amps, and the MG1 current sensors run from 0 to 300 amps. Now, as to whether any or all of that scale is actually used, I genuinely don't know. So until we get one of these puppies built and get some mileage on it, I'd rather not exactly say what I think. No, stop. Bad. I'd rather not say what I think, but maybe I should start a poll or something. Everyone seems to do that these days too. Let's just start a poll or start I don't know, some kind of online guessing game. You know, we all kind of try to get the closest to it. Sadly, of course, that information probably is available out there somewhere, but it's not for us children to have, so we have to find out for ourselves. Kind of a bit like, you know, parents, isn't it? Like when you're in this EV game, that there's the parents and there's the children. So I guess I'm a kid. Oh, do not. Oh no, do not. Do not. The shitty Ansaldo inverter is most definitely a shitty Ansaldo inverter. Good news is I managed to melt my one. I was just saying there a few minutes ago, so I have to unmelt it now. Whoa, RX8 seems to be a popular donor. It should be interesting. Now, what did I just do? I think I did. What did I do? Oh yeah, I did MG1 throttle. So now we need to do MG1 brake transducer. Or 20 and 29 and 25. Oh, of course, here they are. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad for a bogman. Not bad for a bogman. Here we go. Oh yeah, that'll work. Don't even have to move those guys. Huh? Well, there'll definitely be a market for cooling inverters, because, as I say, this particular genius decided not to cool his. But hey, and I was doing crazy things like, you know, standing on the brakes and pressing the throttle. But the good news is Paul has sent me some new software, so I'll be able to try that out when I do get back to testing. So that should be good. Yeah, I've all the boards in it. I mean, I've all the original boards if they're any good to you. But I need the power stage unless you want to blow an IGBT, which, you know, probably not much good for anything other than a doorstop. What's the main input connector? I could show you if I had a camera here, but unfortunately I don't have a camera on this PC. This is basically the input connector here. This is the footprint for it. It's the original one from the Prius. It's the original one from the Prius logic board, because it's got a cutout in the casing and kind of weird mounts and stuff. So you will have to pull the connector off the logic board. Now, it's not that hard. You just heat up the board with a blowtorch and it just pops off. And unfortunately, you can't buy this. Johannes was looking for one, I think, for the Leaf. I think the Gen 2 Leaf uses the same one. And apparently it's a restricted item on Tyco's website. So clearly, you know, clearly this piece of plastic with metal pins coming out of it is not the kind of thing you want to let your children play with, folks. Don't do it. You will regret it. Now, what did I just do there? I keep forgetting what I'm doing because I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so we've done all of these. We've done the two buses. We've done MG1 accelerator, MG1 brake. So now we've got to do MG2 accelerator. 137, 139, and 91. Oh, look, there they are. Yeah, looks like I didn't just dump the components in totally willy-nilly anyway, so that's good news. There we go. Talk to me, goose. Oh, hang on. C112 has gone down there. Come here, come here, come here. Up you go. Up you go. Come on. Come on. And that should do you. I'll leave you there. No, if North Korea got this connector, bad things would ensue. I mean, they might start making their own hybrids. Yeah. That would be bad for the automotive industry, would it? I don't know. I'm not making sense. Don't expect me to make verbal sense here, because I'm not even really thinking about what I'm saying. I'm just saying whatever random garbage that comes into my mind as I attempt to line up these connections and try in some half-assed way to answer your questions. I am, Dave, I'm still at it. But look. Way more tracks, much less rat's nest, way more tracks. So yeah. Now I've lost my train of thought completely. Okay, I'm back. Now you are going to have to come with me. Come with me if you want to live. That was my bad Arnie impression. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now we got to do MG2 brake transducer. 136, 138 and 90. 136, 138 and 90. Are you going to use motor controllability of the STM? Yes, surely am. It's the STM32F103. We could have a lot of hair dryers, Dave. Can you explain, do you have any information or diagram schematic to do this, or only for looking on the inverter you can do this? Okay, well, what I would recommend is have a look at some of the videos that I've done on reverse engineering. I've covered a good bit of what one does and how, kind of how you start, but the basics are that you've got to figure out how the original board works, and what the various pins do on the various connectors, and then simulate the signal levels, make sure everything does what it's supposed to do. Then you go off and you go completely crazy and you design your own circuit, or better still, rip off another poor sod's design and slap your name on it and go off and make millions of dollars selling open source boards. I'm being sarcastic, don't mind me. Yeah, but I have a good few videos on reverse engineering, so if you want to pop over to my channel and just have a poke around. Most of them are in the last kind of few months, because that's when I've been stuck behind the desk doing this kind of thing. But someone has to do it. Now, what was I doing? Again, I've lost my train of thought completely. I was busy ripping off Johannes's design. Just don't tell him that. What did I say? MG2 brake transducer, wasn't it? Yeah, 136. Oh, crap. Okay, so I hope so. I think we can use it as a battery charger, yeah. Now it'll depend on what voltages you're planning to use and things like that, but I think it can, yeah. Now I'm up Smeggs Creek one more time, and that shouldn't be there, that needs to be there, that needs to be there, that needs to be there. And finally, that is not going to fit, because we can't have a surface mount component on top of top layer tracks now, can we? That just wouldn't be cricket. That just wouldn't be cricket, folks, would it? You wouldn't be happy with me if I did that, guys, would you? So we're going to have to, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Answers on a postcard. Well, what we are going to do is we're going to kick the tracks. So that one can stay. So Sog's Law, that's the one that got selected. What we're going to do is we're going to kick the tracks down like this. Just like so. There we are. Now I can come down this way a bit, sufficient to clear, and everyone's a winner, baby. It can control charging. What we've got is, if you look at the schematic, by the way, this schematic is on GitHub if you want to have a look at it. We have an Atmega 328 that is hooked up to the booster. And also we have some control for the DC-DC converter on here. But yeah, so the ultimate goal is that this guy will be able to drive the booster, and it can monitor things like the bus voltages, the booster temperature, the coolant temperature, and things like that. So don't worry, we'll have lots of boring video on this as soon as, oh crap, MG2 brake transducer. I'm gonna flip this around. Yeah, let's do that. Let's flip that around. As I said, it'll be lots of boring video for I put you guys asleep as soon as we've this design, well, semi-finalized anyway. Anyone here like Design Spark, or is it just me? Is everyone being total professionals in using Altium? Me, you know, I just gotta hang back, because one thing I despise is software licensing. It melts my brain. A lot of things do melt my brain, but software licensing melts it more than most. Now, how do we party here now? Time to party, Bennett. Another Arnie quote. Here we go. Oh. Interesting. Oh, there you go. That I did not know, Andy, and it is fairly easy to use, as evidenced by me being able to use the damn thing. Jesus, that should be a dead giveaway. What else have I got here? Oh, you guys are confusing me now. Where am I at? Alright, so MG2, all the MG2 analogs, MG1 analogs are done. MG1 and MG2 digitals are done. Oh, I am tired. I've been nearly 12 hours at this. Can you guys believe that? I only took breaks to watch the Dragon docking with the space station. And even then I kind of, you know, only hung around for the main event. As I said, I was thinking that Ripley was going to wake up and start flamethrowing the astronauts. Alright, so what am I? And tea. Yes, Dave. I have been drinking a lot of tea nowadays. Oh, MG2 TMPM. MG2 TMPM. Oh yeah, of course. No. Why is MG2 TMPM here? What are you doing? What are you doing, Dave? Oh, okay, let's cross probe it. Come on, cross probe for me. Oh yeah, that should be over here. MG2 stator. Okay, MG2 stator. Didn't know I actually have stator temperature sensors. Did I have space for stator temperature sensors? Did I? Let's go over here and have a look. Oh, I did. Yay. Okay, so we have been able to pick up the stator temperature sensors. Cool. Is it plug and play if the inverter and transaxle are from one manufacturer? It should be, is the short answer. I have attempted to keep the pinouts or the resolver, the same as the OEM harness. So in theory, yes, you just take out the board that's there, drop this board in, plug your harness in here, give it the signals it needs, like 12-volt ground, throttle, and you can go spinning around. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Stator temperatures. Stator or stator? Tomato or tomato? 170 and 171 need to go with that guy. Oh, there. Oh, bloody hell! Cross probing again. Stop cross probing. It would stop cross probing, Damien, if you told it to stop cross probing, wouldn't it? No, it's getting dangerous because now I'm talking to myself on a live stream. So I'd better stop that before some concerned citizen calls for the men in the white coats. Yeah, what have I got here? Oh, look at this. MG2 stator. Okay, I can work with this. Can you work with this? I can work with this. Let's have you there. You can stay there. You're all right. You can stay there. You're being useful, so you get to stay. Well, the reason you've never seen someone do this is because there's probably nobody stupid enough to do this thing, and particularly stupid enough to want to broadcast it on YouTube for the last 10 years. Jesus. Yeah, that does scare me. I wouldn't mind if old PooTube even remotely appreciated my effort that I put into creating this quality content for them. I mean, if it weren't for me, who would bring all of the what's that? Oh, you are kidding me. Wait, no. Main contactor. Oh, that's going to be a doozy of a track. That one controls the main contactor. Let's go all the way from this place to that place. Mightn't be as bad as you think. Mightn't be either, I suppose. But that track is for tomorrow. I'm not doing this track tonight. No way, Jose. Is there anything else on your mind, guys? Absolutely. Jesus, Dave. Please tell me that you are not going to put a diesel engine back into that Land Cruiser. I mean, come on. Do me that service. Thank you. That's very kind. But you see, I only give the impression that I know what I'm doing, because what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to lead all of you down the wrong track while I secretly do the right thing, hidden behind closed doors, NDAs, and various other legal instruments, as I secretly begin my plans for becoming a millionaire. Hang on, this is MG1 stator temperature. Oh bugger. We're not so bad. We're not buggered. This is MG1 stator temperature. So, okay. Wait, now, hang on. Oh yeah, so this is MG1. Yeah, so this duty has to go over here. I know, there's MG1 VCC. I hope not, Jamie, because the boys in the scrap heap that I got that one from would not be my idea of a hot date. I can definitely attest to that. Let me see. Yeah, we can survive that. Boom. Thank you and good night. What am I doing there? So okay, that's all good. That's all good. That's the main contactor. Damn, we're actually closing in on the. we're actually kind of closing in on the few pins here that we haven't tracked yet. Then it's just this rat's nest here we need to deal with, but it's not too bad. When will be the next stream? I don't know, Cameron, to be honest. I'll probably do another one when I get this thing finished out. I mean, I can't really milk this for much more. I've already what's the word for it? I've already 12 volts in. Hang on. 12 volts in. DC. Oh, yeah. This guy here, he is to let me sense the because the DC converter needs to sense the the 12 volt battery voltage. So in order to do that, we need to link directly. Yeah, it is an explosion in a string factory. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it certainly does. Oh, and any tips for neck pain, back pain, that kind of thing when you've been hunched over a computer keyboard? I want to have, okay, this is what I want. I want VR PCB layout programs so I can lie in bed and just put one of those stupid VR headsets on and just wave my hands around like some goon in Minority Report and lay my PCB out that way. That's what I want for Christmas, or preferably sooner. Sooner is always better. Now, I am probably not going to track that one just yet. She's going to be a special case. You can go there. Oh, look at this. This is another flipping stator. Yeah, this is my other stator, isn't it? Yeah, this is my MG1 stator temp. This is my MG1 stator temp. Stator or stator? Stator or stator? Oh, look at that. There's the cap. Bet you that's what it is. Arg. Yeah, there we go. 169. This is MG1. Yeah, so 169, 55, and 168. Yeah, that's it. Stator or stator? Stator oder stator? And that's probably not the right way of saying it anyway, is it? Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, and then this one can go, he can go down here, he can go in there, and yay, I think we're going to make it. Because this one will actually be surprisingly easy. I can just squeeze him up there. I can squeeze this guy through here. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Bad medicine. Layer, top copper, thank you. Yes. Bad medicine. Okay, folks, I'm going to wrap it up because it is about time I had my last cup of tea before bed. Because, as I said, I've been 8 hours, no, damn it, 12 hours at this crap today, minus breaks to watch the Dragon docking at the space station. So, thank you very much for tuning in. I know these are some of the most exciting and compelling pieces of viewing that you will have ever seen. So, we hope to see you back for more regularly scheduled boring viewing. And until then, have a good night or have a good day. And happy design rule checking. See you next time, folks.